Maximizers, and welcome to Build a Business with Chris, the place where you're going to learn how to build a profitable business you love. I'm your business coach, Chris the Maximizer, and in today's video, I want to share some of my favorite business tools. So it doesn't matter if you're new to business or if you've been in business for a couple of years, here's some of the tools that I use almost daily, most definitely weekly, to run my business. Number one is Google Suite. Whenever you sign up and you have a Gmail, you get access to everything that Google has to offer. Everything from an email, a calendar, Google Docs, which is like Word, Google Sheets, Google Meet, all the Google things you have access to completely free when you have a Gmail. Well, as a business owner, I purchased through G Suite my own email addresses. So I have hello@christhemaximizer.com and I have a G Suite for that. I have help@christhemaximizer.com and I have a G Suite for that. And then I have podcast@christhemaximizer.com and I have a G Suite for that. So under each area of my business, I'm able to have my Google Docs, my Google Sheets, my Google Mail, my Gmail, all separated out, but it's all for free. So you have the opportunity to use all of these tools and resources for your business. So for instance, my Google Docs, I use those a lot to plan and prepare my lives. So whenever I go live on my social medias, I make an outline and I make that in Google Docs. For some of my client notes, I use those in Google Docs. Whenever I'm planning a new offer, a promotion, a sale, each offer, promotion, or sale gets its own Google Doc. I use the heck out of Google Docs all the time. So the full Google Suite comes with whatever Gmail account you have, or if you purchase like I did through Google Suite, I purchase each of my accounts. So I have help, hello, and podcast, and it's each $6 per month, but it gives me access to the full Google Suite, and it just really helps me to stay super duper organized within my business. So I would not be able to function without my Google Suite. And for $6 a month, I love having email addresses that are at my domain name. Now, if you're just starting out, go ahead, get your free Gmail. But I definitely think that should be one of your first investments is to get your name or help, hello, something at yourdomain.com. Super helpful. And you can get your domain name, the name of your business, super cheap at GoDaddy.com. That's what I did. Got my domain name, then I used that to get my G Suite accounts over with Google. Second tool I would not be able to run my business without is a project management system. And I actually use two of them all the time. So basically a project management system is an electronic way for you to manage your projects, your to-dos, and also collaborate with your team. So I personally use Trello. Trello I use to connect with my team. I also use Trello to keep a lot of my one-on-one client notes because it's really easy for me to section it out. So when I have team members that I need to delegate things to, they each have a Trello board and we can communicate back and forth inside of Trello. And then the other project management system I use is Airtable. Airtable I use for my content calendar. I also use it for my lead tracker for any leads I need to call and follow up with for my programs. Airtable is really good because it allows you to view your data in multiple views. So for my content, I keep it in a calendar view, but for my lead tracker, I will keep it in a grid view similar to Excel. But both of these project management systems allow you to stay organized, to keep track of your daily to-dos, monthly, yearly, quarterly, whatever, but you need an electronic way to keep track of these things. The reason is you may be a one-woman show right now, but think about the future you when you make your first hire. How will your virtual assistant know what you need if you write it in your paper calendar? She won't. So if you start while you're a team of one, using a project management system and getting used to using it, when you add on team members, it'll be super seamless. But I cannot live without my project management systems. I couldn't imagine going back to pen and paper, or even when I tried to organize a lot of these things in a Google Doc, it just did not work. I'm eventually even going to be moving my live stream content over to Airtable because it's just so easy, and I can go back to say, hey, what live did I do on August 1st? And I can just go to August 1st and all the details are there. So cannot live without my project management systems. Number 3 is my email list, email service provider. I could not run my business without an email list. If you are just starting in your business and you're new and you do not have an email list, you need that yesterday. My email service provider allows me to send out emails to my potential clients, my current clients, and my past clients to let them know updates I have, promotions, sales, discounts, giveaways, all the things. It gets me right into their inbox. And since we do not own our social media, this is the one way that I can connect with my audience no matter what. So I could not and will not run my business without an email service provider. I have a video at a later date on like how to grow your email list and what I did to grow mine. But in the meantime, start collecting your potential clients' emails. If someone's interested in working with you, buying from you, researching your products, get them on your email list, start to nurture them, and then when it's time to sell, you can send them an email right in their inbox and they can become a client of yours. Fourth, my electronic calendar. Now, I actually have all of these different Gmail accounts, but I put everything that I need to show up for in my Apple Calendar. So on my work phone, I have my Apple Calendar, and I have every calendar synced in there. So if anybody invites me to something, if I have a personal appointment, a business appointment, a coaching call, something I need to do that's important, anything I need to show up for has to be in my Apple Calendar and with the reminder. In real time today, when I'm recording this, I missed a coaching call with my coach because my calendars somehow unsynced. It didn't even give me a reminder that I had a call today. And I was like, oh, I don't have a call today? That's weird. But my calendar's unsynced somehow. And I found it out, and it was 2 hours later, and I was like, I had missed my coaching call. That is how much I live and die by my calendar. So my Apple Calendar is like my life. Even more so than my paper calendar. My paper calendar I use more for like daily to-dos. My electronic calendar keeps me where I need to be, whether it's digitally or in person. I could not run my business, let alone my life, without my electronic Apple Calendar. And it's so easy to sync all your calendars in. Just make sure yours don't unsync like mine. I accidentally unchecked the button. I don't know how I did that, but I rechecked it and all is well. But just make sure you sync in all your different calendars. And this works great if you have a family, a spouse, and there's a lot of different things going on. You can add in all your kids' practices and games and your spouse when they're working late. You can put all of that into one calendar and just get updated. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love my calendar. I would not be able to live without it. Number 5, this is a tool that I've been using much more frequently in 2023 that I wish I would have used in years past. And that is a way to track my time. So when you step into business, whether it's part-time as a side hustle or full-time, you are in charge of your time. And you may not know how long it actually takes you to complete a task, to complete a project, or to do something. So as I started this new YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris, I decided to create a bunch of content, like a ridiculous amount of content. Probably more than I need to, but I really want to do this, and I'm very excited to make all this content. So I needed to know, how long does it take me to record YouTube videos? Because usually when I'm only recording 3 or 4, I crap around and it usually takes me like half a day. I looked and I have been tracking my time using the Toggle app. And all I do is before I do something, I write out what I'm doing and I press play. So every time I've recorded a video, I press play. If I took a break or I stopped, I press stop. And then when I started again, I put in recording videos. It only took me about 4.5 hours to record 10 YouTube videos. 10. I was flabbergasted when I looked at that. I was like, I thought it would have taken me so much longer. But I also see that like I wasted a bunch of time throughout the day doing some other things because I was tracking my time. So time tracking has showed me, 1, how productive I am in certain areas. 2, how long it takes me to do certain tasks. So when I'm planning in the future to batch record a bunch of content, I know that I need about 4.5 hours to do 10 videos. So if I need to schedule a half day, a full day, etc., I know if I put 4 hours and 30 minutes, I can get through 10 videos if I stay focused. So it just allows you to see how to best use your time. So I have been looking back over the past 2 weeks that I've been tracking my time, and I've learned a lot about how I'm spending my time, when I'm wasting my time unnecessarily, and also to give myself breaks. So it takes me 4.5 hours to record 10 videos, but I think what I need to do is every hour I need a break. So if I can record 3 or 4 in 1 hour, I need to take a 15-minute break. And then I can record another 3 or 4 and then take a 15-minute break. Because that's kind of the cadence that I went through. So moving forward, I know 4.5 hours, but with like at least 10-minute breaks in between each hour. So 5 hours on the calendar, I should be able to get 10 videos and also not feel super burnt out because I actually did take breaks, got up, walked around, got something to drink. So time tracking has shown me so much. Also, time tracking is great as you are growing your team. So if I look at tasks like cleaning out my inbox, editing a video, editing a podcast, and it took me forever, and it's not something that I want to do, when I'm ready to outsource, I can say, all right, it took me 6 hours to edit my YouTube video. So if I'm looking for an editor, okay, listen, I need about 20 to 25 hours per month of editing time. That's how long it took me. But they're an expert, so it may take them half the time to edit the videos. But at least I know when I'm delegating how many hours it took me and how many hours I may need for an expert, and also the tasks that I can get off my calendar that are not moving the needle forward, but they're necessary. They're not a direct result of making me money, but it's still necessary. So if I can get off my video editing, that gives me 6 hours a week to do sales calls, to go live, to create more content to go out there that will in turn bring me sales. So tracking your time can be super duper useful. And after I started these past 2 weeks, I'll never go back to not tracking my workday. I won't, because this has been so eye-opening for me, and I've never done it for 2 weeks straight. I've done a day here, a day there, or I only track when I'm doing client work. I never really tracked when I was doing my work, and that has changed for the good, and it has been super duper helpful. And for a bonus, I want to share with you one of the business tools that I use. It costs money, but it has been so helpful. It's having a second work phone. This is actually my personal phone. I'm recording on my work phone. But since 2016, when I was a recruiter, I needed to have a work phone. And the option was I could let the company give me a phone, and it was going to be an Android, or the company would reimburse me like $65 a month if I used my own personal phone for work. So what I did is I went to AT&T, I added a line, and it became my work phone. And it was my work phone since 2016. So when I started my YouTube channel in 2018, I said, I'm just going to record on this content, because even though my company reimbursed me, it wasn't company property as if they had given me the phone. It was my phone that they were reimbursing me for. So guess what? I could do whatever I want on it. So I started recording all of my YouTube videos. I put all of my social media on my work phone. So everything that I was doing for work was on that phone. So after having 2 phones for what? At this point, 6, 7 years, since 2016, I can't even count. Almost 8 years I've had 2 phones. I don't know how to function without them. I don't know how to function without it. But it's so good because all of my content, over 20,000 videos and pictures, all of my social medias, everything's on my work phone. It gives me the ability to record in my voice memos for my podcast, record the YouTube channel, edit on my phone. And if I need to text or call clients or anyone, I can do it all from my work phone, and they never ever get the chance to bother me on my personal phone. If I want to take time off from work, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I never turn it off. I'm not one of those, but I will put it on Do Not Disturb. I'm off. I'm not working, and I don't have to worry about it. But I always have both phones with me, and I don't even know how I would function without a second phone. So if you're going to be creating a ridiculously large amount of content, if you have a service or a coaching business, hell, any business, even a product-based business, it's nice to have a work phone. It is nice to have a separate phone. It is nice to have a phone that is just dedicated to work, and you do not have to worry about any of your personal and your work stuff overlapping. So that's just a bonus for you. So if you have it within your budget and you want your content and stuff to be separate and you don't want to clog up your personal phone, add a line with your carrier, get a nice upgraded phone, and use that for your business. So these are just a few of my favorite business tools. Let me know what some of your favorite business tools are in the comments. And if you have any questions about the ones that I use, I will leave the links to the ones that I name dropped in the description box. And if you need more help starting and building your business and you're ready to work with me, make sure you hop on my email list to snag my free training and learn more about how we can work together. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to help you build your business.